it seems to me that that quality of surrendering to something bigger than our little selves is really what's in the air. That's the time. We're on the edge of a massive surrender as a species, I suspect. And a good thing if we can individually learn a little more how to do that and contribute to the surrender that's coming in a good way, in a conscious way.
Yeah. And how do you see that we can bring that into the dance floor?
Well, I would say that surrender happens very naturally on the dance floor anyway. It's like we don't have to do a whole lot of bringing it in. It's actually what happens when you start paying attention to the body and allowing it to move in the way it naturally does, which we're all born to. We're born surrendering to the body. A little baby arrives and takes a breath and it is completely surrendered to what's going on. And it's more like remembering how to allow ourselves to be the free, incarnated, physical, emotionally expressive, aware being that we naturally are. We just got shut down and controlled a little too much. And not that there isn't a place for choices and deliberate going in one direction or another. Of course there is. But I think we've lost the art of trusting life. And that's really what I'll be looking to bring, isn't it? A space where we can trust in life and practice that in a very practical way, because that's what we do when we dance and we let go to our own dance. We're practicing trusting life. Your work too, same thing.
Yeah. How do you see that whatever we practice and experience on the dance floor, how do you see that we can bring that out in our daily living?
So I think human beings do well with the daily practice, and that a movement practice is an incredibly potent and powerful way to bring what happens on the sort of deep dive workshops into your day-to-day life. I think you have to have some kind of echo of that experience on a daily basis, or at least regularly. It doesn't have to be every day. And then windows of opportunity open up as you walk through your day. Have conversations with a friend like we're doing, and there's the opportunity to be a little bit more connected and open and creative than maybe you would have before you ever danced. That was certainly true for me.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. The connection with the more aliveness,
right?
The felt sense, and bring it into how you show up for yourself and in relation, and
exactly. Yeah. And of course, that enables all kinds of more tricky navigations through life, like work, stresses, and difficult decisions, and so on. All of them can be so helped by having a physical movement practice experience, and then allowing that trust in life and trust in our own instincts and our own true nature to come through in those little day-to-day moments.
Yeah, and even I think that a movement practice can support your meditation practice, your sitting practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. I agree. And I actually do both.
Yeah.
But if I try and just sit without moving, I'm a bit of a head full a lot of the time. You do that too, do you?
I do that too, and I have become more curious about the stillness in ecstasy and the ecstasy in stillness. I think that it's very much related.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful.
When I'm reading your post, I really feel your passion for this practice, and I feel it in the poetic way that you describe this practice and how you can relate it to other areas of life, and I think that is it really touches me, and yeah. And I think like dancing, all the opportunities that you can have for being touched, from words or from movement is really valuable. So, so I find really great inspiration in your writing about the subject.
It is worth reading because I do feel very passionately about what's happening in the world at the moment, and that we're all involved. there's no getting away from it, and that every little piece contributes, and that the movement practice can be such an asset to us taking our place in this extraordinary transformation that's happening on planet Earth right now. And